What are we doing?
We're gonna wrap it up in this video. We're going back to the town. Golden gun, golden bullet. So yeah, who was it that made the?
Yeah, it was Ale. Ale created the dwarves. He got kind of overexcited and just,
Shit.
you know,
He got overexcited and shit.
shat the dwarves out.
Kind of, in a way.
He went ahead and created the dwarves because he didn't want to wait for the awakening of the children of Oluwatar.
So they didn't actually have life because he couldn't, like, only.
He could consciously control them, so he could.
Yeah, so they would only be moving if he was thinking about them.
Yeah. And Arrow comes down and says, "What have you done, you mediocre dunce?" And
No.
he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just overexcited, and I
Be
did
proud
my
of me.
pants, and
I
I
got overexcited and shit.
wasn't supposed to be a mockery of you. It was supposed to be in."
In your honor.
Yeah, and so he goes ahead and says that too.
He basically like begs.
Arrow-
He begs for forgiveness and begs for the dwarves to be real.
Yeah.
He still wants his creation to be real.
To which Arrow goes ahead and says,
It's one strike.
"Don't you realize?" He doesn't even say that. He says,
I know.
"Don't you realize?"
I'm
that-
oversimplifying it a lot.
Don't you realize that as you've been speaking, the dwarves have been moving without your conscious thought? Of course, I'm going to give them life, but they're going to be asleep before the men show up.
Shit.
So I'm going to make them sleep until they go ahead and show up. And then they'll get their assigned time. So they do. And the elves wake up first, and then the men.
And then fuck everything up, and then the men wake up.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that I hate when people go ahead. You know, the elves are cool and all, but you know, it's kind of like the men came late to the party and got served crumbs because you fucked everything up.
It's like a good president after a bad president. The good president gets blamed for all the bullshit that happened last term.
Yeah, and this is not referring to any.
No, this is not a political comment. This is an analogy.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is. Oh.
No specifics here. You can draw your own.
Except Bill O'Reilly.
Yes. Fuck Bill O'Reilly.
Anyway.
Anybody who yells at their guests. Anyway, and that's just because I don't like Bill O'Reilly.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with political.
He's just a rude person. Anyway. So, yeah, the elves kind of fuck everything up, and then men come and, take up the butt after that.
Yeah, and that's a common thing with people is they say, oh, the elves are so wise and everything, which is true. The elves are wise. The elves are much older than men, but you also have to take into the consistency. Elves are fallible, incredibly fallible. I mean, the fall of
shit. That shot.
The Lord of the Rings mythos is entirely. I mean, there's parallels from Viking lore and Danish lore, but it's also a lot
Really? From pastries?
Yes. But there's also, it's one big Bible parallel. So you go ahead and have, the fall of man. It wasn't the men in the story that fell from grace. It was the elves. Feanor was the one who led the elves from Valinor because he was corrupted by Melkor. He is basically Adam and Eve in one. And then his family follows him back to Middle-earth from Valinor.
The fuck are you?
I don't know. How do you have 11? You didn't kill me that many times, did you?
I did.
What the fuck?
You know what I have now?
What?
12.
You know what you can do now?
Go fuck myself?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, while the elves are very wise and all this crap, it's also important to realize that they are incredibly fallible. That just because they're wise doesn't mean they're perfect. They make mistakes, and then their mistakes happen to be incredibly huger than...
Huger?
Yep. Then...
It's 4:30 in the morning. We've been playing this 2?
Yep.
We've been playing this for a long time.
We started 1:40.
Yeah.
So yeah, they make mistakes, and they make correspondingly bigger mistakes because they happen to be kind of like what Dumbledore says, blessed with the intellect that I am, my mistakes tend to be correspondingly huger.
Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. But most of all, pity those who think that Olive Garden is real Italian food.
Yeah. Love that picture.
No, that's canonical. That's in the book. That's what they actually say. Dude, you spun. You're a little twirly.
Yep.
You're a beautiful ballerina.
I'm a classically trained ballerina. And you know, I'm Leslie, the ballerina.
I don't even remember my name.
I am Leslie, the super thug ballerina.
Oh, it's Sardano. I remember.
So you are a tiny salty fish.
Yeah, I was gonna say sardines. Oh, fuck you.
Maybe it's
Stupid.
anchovies. I don't know. Whatever.
No, so well, packed up like sardines. Anyway,
Yeah.
elves fuck up because and
So-
their fuckers are big because their goods are big and their bads are big.
Yeah.
Like they did good things, but they're not all that.
Yeah, and I mean, it would suck being an elf too. I mean, you live forever, and the only way you can die is either get killed or give up.
And only some elves can do that, right? Only half elf or like.
No. Elves can die if they have no will for life anymore. They can go ahead and die.
That's awesome.
They get sick and die. So basically, you can choose to die. But I mean, that's a shitty way to go. That you have no more will to live. That you go ahead and just go kaput, kind of like I just did. I know will to live, so let you kill me. That's how that works.
Shit. Wait, let's try shooting at the same time.
All right, hold on.
Where are you?
Gotta get lined up. I'm right around.
Okay, wait, don't shoot. Let me press them both at the same time. See if it'll work. Damn it!
Haha.
And I'm the one that died. Fuck.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a long read and it's a really dense read. There's
Doesn't
a lot of material.
Tolkien's son say the best way to go about it is to just forget about the names?
The preface to it, I think it is by Christopher Tolkien.
Yeah.
Is the list of names in this book is huge. The list of important names though is much smaller.
Yeah.
And that's really the way you got to approach the Silmarillion.
Whew.
Not every name is important. If you can have a basic understanding of who people are without remembering exactly what they've done all the time, you'll
And
be good.
Google's okay. It's okay to not memorize it.
Yeah, I mean there are plenty of people who made flow charts and family trees and
And you can look those up.
yeah, and everybody has another name.
You know what name I remember?
What name?
Louis Vuitton.
You know what name is never in the book?
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. Like Fëanor has a couple names, and Finrod, Fingolfin,
Which one am I?
Finarfin.
I'm Fingarfin.
No, Finarfin is a name, but no.
Which one am I?
I don't know, which one are you?
The
Oh, the one with the beard, Círdan?
yeah,
The elf with the beard?
the one.
I don't remember if there's any others besides
There
that.
might be one other.
Círdan the shipwright, who's actually in the movies. He is in the movies. So when you watch the Three for the Elven King, or Three for the Elves, Mortalizes the Fair Soul of All Beings, the ones who get the rings in that scene are Gil-galad, who actually does show up again at the battle, but he dies.
You know who else died? Who wasn't even supposed to be there? Spoilers.
Who?
Remember what's the fuck? It doesn't his name something like H or something.
Haldir? That was
Haldir,
at
yeah.
Helm's Deep. That's not
Yeah,
it.
but I'm saying that just an elf that died.
Yeah.
Haldir wasn't even supposed to be at Helm's Deep, and then he showed up and died.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, the movies took some liberties. Anyway, Gil-galad.
Gil-galad,
me.
Círdan the shipwright, who's the old guy.
Who's me?
And he's actually in the end too. I don't remember if he's in the end in the theatrical version, but he's in the end at the
Book.
Well, he's in the end of the extended version at least. When they go to Valinor.
The director's cut.
Yeah.
Just 4 hours.
It's like 4.5 hours on a good day. It
It changes.
changes of whether or not you want to watch the boring Frodo and Sam scene.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Just drags. But yeah.
This is a really good fandom. I'm honestly not, like, we were saying many videos ago how, be patient with people who are not new, or people who are new. I'm still relatively new to this. I like it a lot. Oh wow, fuck. The point is, these are really good. We could talk about this forever. We could make so many videos on this.
But, you know, if you're interested and you've never actually gone ahead and went for it, give it a try. Tolkien's reading or writing is dense. It is.
Yeah, that's true.
It takes some getting into, but, you know, it's worth it. Especially, start out with A Hobbit. If anything, start out with A Hobbit. A Hobbit was written for younger audiences. It's an easier read, and it kind of gets you in. And it's also the first of the books that actually have a storyline. The Silmarillion is just kind of like the Bible of the universe.
Yeah.
You can read that afterwards. It actually makes more sense to read it after you know. But, yeah, start with A Hobbit. If you like it, then continue. If you don't, well, you read a standalone book.
Yeah. And, you know, you had a good time with it, I hope.
Yeah.
And here's, again, that link to those audiobooks that guy made, Phil something.
Dragish? I'm sorry, Phil, if I
Yeah.
don't remember your last
I'll let him know that we promoted him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really, like I said, we could talk for hours, and maybe in the future we'll make more movies, more videos where we talk about it. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite series. You know.
But this is coming from a person who's never actually read the entire series.
Yeah, really, this is true. Oh, speaking back on a thing we talked about before, did you know that the Welsh language has no word for green?
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about colors before, and I found this out from my friend's dad. That there's no word for green. Every green is just a shade of blue. So if you gave a person like this means green. So if you looked at a blue, something blue and something green, you're trying to give them an English lesson, you're like, this is blue and this is green. They'd be like, no, this is blue and this is blue. I don't know what you're talking about. Or maybe they would say, this is green and this is green.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Little tidbit, food for thought.
Cool. Language is on. Maybe we'll do a episode about cool words. Lord knows we talk about those enough.
True.
I'm sure there'll be more of these.
Yeah.
Unless you object.
Well, you don't have to watch them. We're going to make more of them. It's really not your call.
Way to support the viewers.
Hey, they're allowed to not watch them.
Yep.
This has gone on too long. This is a long video.
Yeah, if you're still watching, good on you.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing on the screen.
Well, no, this is on the screen.
You can watch this girl do.
You can watch this girl do turns for a while. I know Hunter's here. Hunter watches every single one of my videos. He is my self-claimed #1 fan. And
What's up, Hunter?